G'day everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Big Pup, and today we're doing some battles in the Open Ultra League. We'll be utilising an XL Pidgeot, a Rank 1 Charizard, and a Cobalion to hopefully pull off some wins and turn around some tough situations. So let's hop into the battles and see what happened. Hopping straight into the battles, we have Pidgeot up against a Giratina. Normally a better matchup if they have Shadow Claw, unfortunately they're running Dragon Breath. We're going to throw the first Feather Dance and debuff their attack by 2 stages. It should be doing a nice little chunk of damage and debuffing them. Yep, gets the debuff. They keep Dragon Breathing away, and we're hoping it's not an Ancient Power. We throw up a shield, it's the Ancient Power, that's unfortunately, and they get the boost. So it's not good they got the boost, which is unfortunate, but we can lower their attack now by 4 stages. So their defense is buffed, but their attack is heavily lowered. We're expecting another Ancient Power, which we should live. In comes Ancient Power, we live it, we get to a third Feather Dance, and this should be putting them into a nice range to come in with either Charizard or Cobalion. Giratina tanks it like a champ, is going to drag us breath down. We don't get to a fourth Feather Dance. In comes Cobalion, and we start farming up. We don't expect these Dragon Claws or Ancient Powers to do very much damage. Yep, it's a Dragon Claw, just tickling the Cobalion. We keep double kicking away. In comes another Dragon Claw, it's not really going to do much. Yep, just tickles the Cobalion again. We're really farming up a lot of energy here, taking advantage of this. Dragon Breath against our Steel typing. We'll throw a double kick, hopefully enough to knock him out, but not even close. They good old trusty bulky Giratina. In comes another Dragon Claw, really not doing anything. So we're going to keep farming up just to about 2 Stone Ages and throw one more Sacred Sword. Try and take them down. In comes the Sacred Sword. Almost takes down the Giratina. We don't really mind. We might get 1 or 2 double kicks in here, which is really good. Yep, just one more double kick and what will come in next. In comes Gyarados, so we're going to go straight for the Stone Edge. Come on, baby. In comes the Stone Edge. Will it land? It lands on the Gyarados, does huge damage. All we need to do now is throw 1 Sacred Sword and this should be taking out the Gyarados. Down goes Gyarados. What's going to come in next? It's a Venusaur. So this match is looking really good for us. We're at the Stone Edge. We can pretty much... I think we can take a Frenzy Plant or Sludge Bomb pretty easily. Yep, we take the Frenzy Plant. In comes the Stone Edge. This should be getting a shield. And then all we need to do is come with Charizard and do some wing attack damage. So even though they have 2 shields, we're in a great position here. They need to get to like 3 Sludge Bombs plus the shield I have to win. And we're just able to wing attack down. So good game to that trainer. Hopping into the next one, we have Pidgeot leading the whole game up against a Jirachi. So this is a bit unfortunate. Obviously their Psychic Confusions are doing neutral damage. Our Flying type moves aren't doing very much due to their Steel typing. But what we can do is debuff their attack using Feathers Dance. In comes one Feather Dance. That lowers their attack by 2 stages. They're going to be throwing the Doom Desire. It does significantly less damage than it would have before, but it still does a nice sizable chunk to our XL Pidgeot. Now we'll debuff them by 4 stages, so thus reducing their damage even more. We don't really want to shield anything on the Pidgeot. All we want to do is set the Jirachi up for a bit of a farm down situation. So we get to 3 Feather Dances. It should be doing a nice little chunk of damage, and then we should be able to come in with Cobalion and start double kicking away. In comes Cobalion. We sneak in 1 double kick. This Doom Desire really shouldn't do much damage. Yeah, it does a very minuscule amount of damage. We're double kicking away. We're farming up a huge amount of energy again. Cobalion is so good with the double kick. In comes Doom Desire, does nothing. We're just going to farm all the way down, and now we're at 2 Stone Edges. What comes in? It's a Charizard. We go straight for the nuke. Come on, Stone Edge. Will this land? It lands on the Talonflame. Takes out the Talonflame in 1 shot. In comes Politoed. We're at another Stone Edge. This should do some nice neutral damage. We're double kicking away. This should only be a Weather Ball, but we'll shield it up anyway in case it's the Earthquake. It's just the Weather Ball, and it looks like they're back out, so good game to that trainer. Hopping right into the next match, we have Pidgeot up against a Tapu Fini. Obviously a pretty neutral matchup. These Water Guns are doing a decent amount of damage, our Wing Attacks are doing a decent amount of damage, but we do outpace to these Feather Dances. So this should be debuffing their attack by 2 stages. Yep, gets the debuff. Now this Surf should do significantly less damage, however we will shield because we will get to another Feather Dance. They make a quick switch into Cobalion, farming up, doing neutral damage with their double kicks, and we do need to fear the Stone Edge and Sacred Sword. So we'll debuff them and quickly try and switch out. We failed to switch out, which is unfortunate, but we're just going to shield up the Sacred Sword and stay in now. We change our mind. We're going to commit to this matchup. In comes another double kick. This should be doing too much damage. Yep, double kick. Sorry, Sacred Sword does a decent amount of damage. We're going to throw another Feather Dance. This should be doing a nice little chunk of damage. Nice little neutral damage. Now they're very debuffed. We have no shields, unfortunately. So we'll just let this go. It should almost take us out. Yep, almost takes us out. We get to another Feather Dance. This should be doing a nice chunk of damage. Pidgeot is just really nice and stern with this Feather Dance. You know, Wing Attack getting a buff. It's a really well-rounded Pokemon. It really deserves its spot as like number 3 on PvPoke, I believe. We go down. We're just going to send in Charizard and start farming. They send back in the Tapu Fini. We're going straight for the Blast Burn. No baits with the Dragon Claws, just straight for the Blast Burn. Gets a shield. Now we'll make a quick switch into our Cobalion. We're only anticipating a Surf here, which should do some nice neutral damage. There's a nice little chunk. And we're just going to start farming up to these Stone Edges. We're at 1 and a bit Stone Edge. We're just going to throw the Stone Edge. Hopefully this gets no shielded. Unfortunately, it gets shielded. So we're going to keep farming up the double kicks and try and get to another one. We're anticipating a Surf. Just the Surf. Come on, Cobalion. Can you get to the second Stone Edge? We get to the second Stone Edge. Cobalion is just such a good Pokemon. Definitely deserves it. Spot on PV Poke. One of my new favorite picks. I'm so glad I built one. Down goes Tapu Fini. In comes their own Cobalion. What's going to be in the back? It's a Giratina. So unfortunately, if they have Ancient Power, we're a bit screwed here. But if they're running Shadow Sneak and Dragon Claw, we could be in a good position. We're almost at the second Dragon Claw. What's this going to be? Please don't be the Ancient Power. Please don't be Ancient Power. It's Ancient Power. Down goes Charizard, down goes Cobalion. Good game to that trainer. Hopping straight into the next match, we have Pidgeot up against the Gyarados. These Dragon Rifts are digging in, but we can debuff them with Feather Dance. They're going to make it to the Crunch, I believe. In comes Aqua Tail, so they did bait with the Aqua Tail. We threw up a shield, but that's okay. We're going to throw this Feather Dance and debuff them. In comes the Feather Dance, there's a nice little chunk of damage. These wing attacks are actually adding up. Will we get to a second one? Unfortunately, they outpace us to a second one. It's going to be the Aqua Tail again, so it does a nice little chunk of damage. Red of Feather Dance again. Again, Pidgeot is just such a spammy beast. We debuffed them by 4 stages now. Can we farm down with a wing attack? We don't. Unfortunately, we can't farm down with a wing attack, but we do have a nice amount of energy, so we will shield up. Down goes Gyarados. What came in, I didn't quite see, but we're just going to full send with the Brave Bird. No holding back. It's a Cresselia, so that lands brilliant. Make a quick switch into our Charizard. This is a good matchup for us. Whether they're running Moonblast or Grass Knot, it's just the Moonblast, not very effective. They don't get the debuff. We're going straight for the Blast Burn again. We're not holding back today. No Dragon Claws, all Blast Burns. In comes the Alolan Muck. We're just going to build up for the Blast Burn again. We're really not holding back. Come on, Blast Burn, come on. Will you land? It lands. The Alolan Muck's now on half health. That's good for us. Let's see what they're going to throw. It's probably the Dark Pulse. Just the Dark Pulse. Down goes Charizard, so we're able to come in with Cobalion, start farming up energy. We should be at 1 Stone Edge because I think that double kick went through. In comes the Acid Spray, does just nothing to Cobalion. Now we're at 2.5 Sacred Swords. Come on, Cobalion. Cobalion does huge damage to that Alolan Muck. Down goes the Muck. We make a quick switch into the Pidgeot, trying to catch whatever energy this Cresselia has built up. Just the Grass Knot. Back comes in Cobalion. We're at a huge amount of energy. In comes Stone Edge number 1. Come on, Stone Edge. It lands. Come on, keep going, Cobalion. So pretty much we need to... I think we just need to get to like 2 more double kicks, or maybe build up to a Stone Edge and bait with the double kick. But the opponent backs out. Good game to that trainer. Moving along here, we have Pidgeot into an Alolan Muck. Not really a bad matchup. They'll have Acid Spray and Dark Pulse. We have the Feather Dance to lower their attack. So we outpace them to the Feather Dance and we will debuff them. Their Poison Jabs are digging in. However, now they're going to be doing significantly less damage. What are we anticipating here? Will it be the Acid Spray? It's the Acid Spray. So now we're nice and debuffed. But that doesn't matter. We get to another Feather Dance, but unfortunately we're not quite able to get it off. In comes the Acid Spray. Now we're 4 times debuffed on our defense, but they're going to be 4 times debuffed on their attack. Pretty much making this matchup the same as it was when we began. So these Feather Dances are... wing attacks are starting to dig in. In comes the Feather Dance. We're not going to hit any of the bubbles. We don't really care. And we want... because we want to have a little bit of farm down on Cobalion. If we come in here, we'll be able to take whatever charge move they throw. And yeah, we should be able to get 1 double kick worth of farm. Yeah, so not very much, but better than nothing. What's going to come in next? We're tapping like a madman. Come on, Cobalion. It is a Swampert. So not the best matchup. Obviously, their Earthquake will be doing devastating damage to our Steel typing. But these double kicks are digging in. Come on, Cobalion. We get to 2 Sacred Swords. We're going to overfarm with 1 double kick. We're just going to keep throwing through them throwing their move. Now we're almost at 2 double kicks. They just throw the Hydro Cannon. In comes double kick, and we're gonna... sorry, I keep calling Sacred Sword double kick, so I apologize for that. We're gonna shield this, fearing the Earthquake. It's just a Hydro Cannon. Keep going, Cobalion. They're at another Hydro Cannon, so that's okay. Shouldn't be KOing. Yep, there's a nice chunk of damage, but doesn't KO. In comes Charizard. Can we land a Stone Edge? Come on, I love these one-shots of Stone Edge on Charizard or Talonflame. It lands. They go down with 2 shields. Good game. Hopping into this next match, we have Pidgeot up against the Shadow Gardevoir. Seeing as the Mega's released, I love seeing this being used in the Ultra League. Very spicy. These charms are doing huge damage, but that damage is about to be nerfed. We throw the first Feather Dance. That does a nice chunk of damage, and then make a quick switch, realizing they're not in the best matchup. Unfortunately for them, they switch into a Warren, which is great for us. Either our Charizard or Cobalion can put in the work against that thing. We come in, we start farming up, we get 3 double kicks in, we throw the Sacred Sword. This should be doing a nice chunk of damage, or getting a shield. They no shielded and does huge damage. Now, all we need to do now is shield the Earthquake correctly, and then we can farm down. They throw the Earthquake, we shield correctly, that's brilliant. Keep farming down, and down goes the Walrein. What's going to come in next? It's going to be, the Gardevoir again, so we just go straight for the Stone Edge. Come on, Stone Edge. It gets a shield, that's brilliant. These charms are doing a huge amount of damage considering they're only neutral. We have no shields on our end, so hopefully we can survive it. We don't survive, but all we need to do now is come in with Charizard and start wing attacking away. It's a Surf Fetch, so now we're going to throw the Blast Burn, get that last shield. Remember we have energy on the Pidgeot, make a quick switch, and we go straight for the Brave Bird. This is kamikazing that Surf Fetch. Down goes Surf Fetch, gets sent to the Shadow Realm. In comes Gardevoir, takes out our Pidgeot, but it doesn't matter. Charizard just comes in and wing attacks down. Good game. Moseying along into the next one, we have Pidgeot into an Obstagoon. So their counters will be doing neutral damage, but we should be able to get to some Feather Dances and start reducing the damage. They unfortunately get to a Night Slash or an Obstruct. What's it going to be? We no shield the Obstruct, so that's good for us. Would have done very little damage. So in comes the Feather Dance. This should be debuffing them. In comes Feather Dance. Now these counters are doing a significantly less amount of damage, and they switch out, making the Obstruct a bit of a waste of time. They switch to Aggron, and this is the perfect place for Cobalion to come in and start showing who's boss. These double kicks are doing just devastating damage to this Aggron. No matter what move they throw, we're not really worried. Just the Rock Tomb tickles the Cobalion. Now we just are able to farm up. I regret not farming all the way, but I saw we're pretty much at max energy, so I thought, hey, let's throw a double kick and get rid of this Aggron. In comes Swampert. We're in a good position here. We're loaded with energy. In comes Sacred Sword number 1. Does huge damage. In comes Sacred Sword number 2. So we're dual wielding Sacred Swords over here, baby. In comes Sacred Sword number 2. Come on, Cobalion. Will you get to a third? Not quite able to get to a third. We'll shield fearing the Earthquake. It's only a Hydro Cannon, so we could have no shielded, but that's okay. This guarantees that we get the Sacred Sword through. So triple Sacred Sword. In it comes. Gets a shield. We keep double kicking away, doing nice damage. We still have a shield left. So we're just going to fully commit to the Cobalion. Let's go Cobalion. Unfortunately, we lag, so they're able to get in 2 more Mud Shots. We were at the move, but we're able to hang on. We're able to hang on through the Hydro Cannon. That's huge. In comes the Sacred Sword, gets the second shield from the Swampert, and we just come in with Pidgeot and start wing attacking away. Now, this is going to take out the Pidgeot, so all we need to do now is come in Charizard, and we need to outpace them, either a farm down with the wing attack or to a Dragon Claw. So come on Charizard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we get to the Dragon Claw. That's huge, because that Hydro Cannon would have done devastating damage to the Charizard. We take out the Swampert, back comes in the Goon, now we just need to Blast Burn that Goon. We'll see, do they Night Slash here or do they Obstruct? They Obstruct, trying to raise their defense, but it doesn't matter. Blast Burn and Charizard is just too OP in this meta. You see it everywhere for a reason. In comes Blast Burn, almost takes down the Obstagoon. We come with Cobalion, 1 more double kick, does devastating damage, 4 times effective against their Dark and Normal. This Crop Shot will just not be cutting it, and we take them out. Good game to that trainer. Hopping into the last battle, we have Pidgeot up against a Shadow Aggron. This is horrible for us. All we can do now is switch into Cobalion and hope for the best. They send in a Shadow Crowbar, which is quite unfortunate for us. However, we will be resisting those Poison Fangs. We throw the Stone Edge, full sending it. They unfortunately shield. So now we're going to farm up to a Stone Edge and try and bait with a Sacred Sword. We're going to no shield the first Poison Fang, because obviously that one will be doing the least damage, because we're the most buffed, I guess, baseline at the moment. So we throw a double Sacred Sword. They don't shield, unfortunately. So now, the players, we shield, and then we're going to try and build up as much energy as possible and make a quick switch into Pidgeot. Hopefully our switch timer is up by the time, and they don't just farm down. We're able to make the switch and absorb this Poison Fang. Come on, Pidgeot. Pidgeot absorbs that Poison Fang. Now they switch into Aggron, doing huge damage. We're able to get off one Feather Dance. This is huge, because this should enable us to absorb 2 Smackdowns onto our very low health Cobalion. Takes 1 Smackdown, throws the first Sacred Sword. They should be getting the shield. Gets the shield. We're able to get off the second Sacred Sword. This will be doing absolutely amazing damage to Aggron. Takes out the Aggron, bites the dust, comes in Crobat, and now all we need to do is come in Charizard and finish the show. Come on Charizard, and they're back out. Good game to that trainer. Thank you all so much for watching. Those battles sure were close. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching my content, and I'll see you again soon.